Hello everyone. Today, I want to talk about the second half of October and the incredibly powerful full supermoon in Aries coming up on the 17th. Before diving into that, though, I'm recording this on October 9th, and we've already experienced some extraordinarily intense cosmic, energetic, and astrological events that I'd like to recap because they've had a huge impact on many of us. Around the time of the lunar eclipse on September 18th, we were expecting significant events, especially since it occurred in Pisces conjunct Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, which is strongly associated with water and the seas. Sadly, this has manifested as major flooding. Right around the eclipse, there were devastating floods in Central and Eastern Europe, with Poland declaring a national emergency. Since then, we've seen extreme flooding in parts of the U.S., especially with Hurricane Helen affecting the Carolinas and Tennessee, and in Thailand, where unprecedented flooding has also occurred. Unfortunately, this pattern is likely to continue through 2025. This is not only due to the strength of the Pisces lunar eclipse and its conjunction with Neptune, which we'll feel the effects of for months, but also because Neptune is approaching the anaretic 29th degree of Pisces. This crisis degree will be exact in March and October of 2025, and again in January 2026. This transit is linked to flooding, but also represents a deep spiritual shift towards becoming more ethereal beings. In the U.S. chart, dated July 4th, 1776, at 10:05 p.m., Philadelphia, transiting Neptune will conjunct the IC, the base of the chart, which could suggest continued flooding through 2025 and 2026. On a broader level, this transit may symbolize the dissolution of central government structures, potentially leading to a decentralization of power, a theme that aligns with Pluto's transition into Aquarius. This decentralization could result in parts of the U.S. operating more independently, even though current events may seem to suggest otherwise. Gaia, Earth, is also going through her own transformation, and some of these extreme weather events are natural consequences of this. High levels of solar activity are playing a big role, and I'll touch more on that in a moment. But it's important to remember that while not all of these events are natural, some are influenced by the unprecedented solar activity we've been seeing. On October 2nd, we had a solar eclipse at 10 degrees Libra during a solar cycle 25, that is much stronger than anticipated. The peak of this cycle, originally expected in 2025, has now been moved up to 2024. Just before the eclipse, on October 1st, we had a massive 7.1 X-class solar flare, followed by an even bigger 9.1 X-class flare after the eclipse on October 3rd. This was the largest flare of solar cycle 25 and the biggest in 7 years, the last being in 2017. The sun is sending us a lot of information in the form of solar flares, and although this energy can be uncomfortable, leading to symptoms like insomnia, chronic fatigue, tinnitus, and body aches, it's accelerating our evolution as a species. The intensity of solar flaring is likely to continue, and we're being fast-tracked on our evolutionary path. Around the time of the solar eclipse, we also experienced a significant 6.8 magnitude earthquake in Tonga. And since the eclipse mostly occurred over the ocean, it seems there is a strong link between these solar and earthly events. Let's be mindful of how these cosmic forces are shaping both the Earth and us as we continue to navigate these transformative times. The solar eclipse crossed very few land masses, one of which was Easter Island. Interestingly, the dwarf planet Make, which is linked to the creator god of Easter Island, was exactly conjunct with the eclipse. aligning perfectly. The eclipse also covered parts of South America and Tonga, where a 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck, showing concentrated energy linked to solar flares and the eclipse's path. This energy is likely to lead to more seismic and solar flare activity over the coming years, partly because the Earth's magnetic field has weakened, allowing more cosmic and solar energy to affect us. This can destabilize the ionosphere, connecting with the Earth's core and triggering seismic activity. As we delve into the cosmic events shaping our planet, it's essential to recognize the profound influence of planetary alignments on both Earth and human consciousness. The planet Uranus, known for its association with seismic activities and unexpected shifts, will be positioned at 29 degrees Taurus for much of 2025 and into 2026. This particular placement is significant as Taurus symbolizes the fixed Earth element, highlighting stability, sensuality, and our connection to the physical realm. However, with Uranus in this position, we can anticipate a surge in seismic events, including earthquakes and volcanic activities. Uranus is not only linked to groundbreaking geological transformations, but also to atmospheric phenomena such as high winds, storms, and hurricanes. This duality suggests a complex interplay between terrestrial upheavals and meteorological extremes. Additionally, Neptune's influence, particularly regarding flooding and water-related disruptions, indicates that we are entering a period characterized by erratic weather patterns. The months of June, July, and October of 2025, along with April of 2026, when Uranus will be at this critical degree, may serve as markers for heightened geological and climatic disturbances. These fluctuations can be interpreted as part of Gaia's labor pains, a metaphor for the Earth's ongoing evolution and transformation as it ascends to a new vibrational frequency, often referred to as the New Earth. Interestingly, the shifting Earth and rising waters may also herald the emergence of new land masses. This concept is beautifully encapsulated in the mythology of Haumea, the Hawaiian goddess of creation and birth, who embodies fertility and transformation. Haumea's current geometric alignment with Pluto and Sedna suggests powerful forces at play in the realm of creation. In her fiery aspect, she is said to have birthed the Hawaiian Islands, and this symbolism resonates strongly as we anticipate geological changes in the coming years. Recent discoveries, such as the gigantic mountain range found off the coast of Chile, exemplify this transformative process, hinting at a dynamic Earth capable of renewing itself. Moreover, the recent observations of parts of Antarctica greening due to climate change offer a fascinating glimpse into these transformative energies. Previously barren landscapes becoming lush and vibrant can be viewed as a literal and metaphorical emergence of life in areas once considered inhospitable. This greening, along with the anticipated rise of new land from the oceans, embodies the essence of the new Earth, a world rich in resources, ready to nurture and support diverse life forms. On the day of the recent solar eclipse, we experienced a notable Mars-Sun-Moon square, which often correlates with intense eruptive energies. Such alignments can bring forth significant geopolitical shifts, and the timing of these celestial events is never coincidental. For instance, a 500-pound unexploded World War II bomb detonated unexpectedly at Miyazaki Airport in Japan, showcasing the disruptive potential often associated with Mars square dynamics. This underscores how astrological patterns can manifest in tangible, sometimes explosive ways. Looking ahead, a pivotal moment occurs on October 9th, when Jupiter goes stationary retrograde, while conjunct the U.S. Mars at 21 degrees 22 minutes of Gemini. This exact conjunction, with only a 2-minute orb, holds substantial significance. In the U.S. astrological chart, Mars symbolizes both allies and adversaries, as well as the foundational aspects of land and territory, ruling the 4th house. This alignment could amplify aggressive energies related to national and international affairs, necessitating vigilance in how these energies unfold. Additionally, Jupiter's retrograde motion often prompts a period of introspection regarding belief systems and societal programming, as Jupiter encourages us to expand our horizons and philosophies. This moment may lead many individuals to revisit and reassess their core beliefs. The interplay between Jupiter and Mars during this time could lead to a reevaluation of our personal and collective narratives, inviting us to discern what aligns with our highest truths in this rapidly changing world. Around October 12th, Pluto will station at 29 degrees Capricorn, another powerful and final degree, signaling the last 5 weeks of its transit in Capricorn before it moves into Aquarius in November for a 20-year cycle. When a planet reaches this final degree, it often expresses itself in a more extreme or shadow form, so we may see greater attempts at power or control. However, this shift also heralds the end of the old world and its systems, as we begin to feel the new Aquarian energy, focused more on equality, humanitarianism, and social structures that are horizontal rather than top-down. Pluto's move into Aquarius will start to shift power from centralized authorities to the people, and this is a pivotal opportunity for change. You won't hear this on the nightly news, but Pluto will be particularly powerful on the 12th of this month, with its influence felt for a week on either side. Whenever large planets station, their energy impacts us before and after the event. In addition, Comet Atlas will pass very close to Earth between October 6th and 16th. Historically, comets tend to bring new information to humanity and often signify significant changes. Now let's take a look at the chart for the upcoming full supermoon in Aries. It will occur at 25 degrees 35 minutes of Aries at 4:26 a.m. Pacific Time, which is 12:26 p.m. in the UK. This is the 3rd consecutive supermoon, and it will be the closest one to Earth in 2024. Since the moon will be so close, we can expect more tectonic activity, including potential extreme weather and seismic events. This proximity also affects our psyche, intensifying emotional and psychological energy. This full moon in Aries will be accompanied by a cardinal grand cross, one of the most powerful configurations in astrology. It involves planets in Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, creating dynamic, eventful, and initiating energy. The opposition between the Sun and Moon adds intensity, particularly when tied to Pluto, which symbolizes power dynamics, whether on the world stage or in our personal lives. This period may prompt us to question how much we compromise to keep others happy versus stepping into our own spiritual sovereignty. Mars will be in opposition to Pluto, though slightly wide at this moment, with the opposition becoming exact on November 3rd and 4th, just ahead of the US elections. This alignment is explosive and charged with power struggles. The last time Mars and Pluto formed a hard aspect was October 7th last year, coinciding with a significant geopolitical event when Hamas attacked Israel. This upcoming opposition is particularly important given the context. Pluto is at the final degree of Capricorn, marking the last 5 weeks of the US Pluto return. Mars's opposition to Pluto coinciding with the US election makes this a critical time. There have already been unexpected developments, such as President Biden withdrawing from the re-election race and RFK Jr. joining the Trump team. With more surprises likely, this moment will be one we all notice. It's potent and full of power dynamics. Additionally, Uranus will be squaring the moon in the US chart until next May, which represents the people. This indicates a growing desire for freedom, human rights, and truth. The public will likely become more rebellious and agitated. There may even be events leading up to the election that could disrupt or derail the process. While I can't predict exactly what will happen, it's clear that we are entering a period of great significance and upheaval. If the election takes place, I believe there's a strong possibility the results might be contested, with both candidates likely claiming victory. Mars will go retrograde on December 6th, which could lead to the unraveling of whatever outcome the election produces, assuming it even happens. The picture looks pretty messy, and we can expect volatility to continue through November, December, and even into January. On December 6th, when Mars stations retrograde, it will conjunct the US North Node at 7 degrees of Leo. Between now and next April, Mars will transit back and forth through the US. eighth house, which governs secrets, scandals, and investments. What impact will this have on the dollar, especially considering the Pluto return? Pluto in the US natal chart, from 1776, is located in the second house, which represents the country's economy and currency. I've discussed this before, but it's worth noting again. There's a lot happening. Transiting Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn is also significant. As I've mentioned previously, this position aligns with the midheaven of the Wall Street crash chart. I'll provide details below this video. Historically, October is often a month where we see stock market or financial volatility, and while 2008's crash occurred in September, this time of year generally carries that risk. Also, keep in mind that after the upcoming supermoon, Pluto only has 4.5 weeks left until November 19th, so we'll likely experience intense pressure and revelations around major power structures. Whenever an outer planet reaches the final degree of its sign, there's a sense of urgency. Particularly with Pluto, we see an emphasis on the darker side of Capricorn's symbolism. This creates an opportunity to harness your willpower and focus. If you have a Mars-Pluto aspect in your natal chart, I do in mine, it gives you immense determination and laser-like concentration to see things through to the end. This full supermoon in Aries also brings forward pioneering energy, as Aries is the sign of the activist. The moon will conjunct Eris, the warrior sister of Mars in myth, symbolizing the need for inclusion and fairness. In the myth, Eris wasn't invited to a wedding on Mount Olympus, so she threw a golden apple that sparked a dispute, leading to the Trojan War. Eris, connected to equality, truth, and justice, emphasizes the importance of every voice being heard. This full moon in Aries could therefore bring healing to past feelings of exclusion or victimhood. Looking ahead, the total solar eclipse on April 8th will continue this theme of transformation. But even now, with the sun in Libra, legal matters are coming to the forefront. During the solar eclipse on October 2nd, we saw the potential for major legal developments, and more are likely to emerge, illuminated by the bright light of the full supermoon. Additionally, Venus will oppose Uranus around this time, highlighting the financial axis in our astrological landscape. Venus, sitting at the last degree of Scorpio, brings forth themes of financial instability and transformation. Scorpio is known for its connection to hidden or secret wealth, while Taurus embodies tangible resources, money, and banking. Therefore, this opposition may herald unexpected shifts in currency or fluctuations in financial markets. We may witness revelations surrounding fiscal practices and transactions that have been cloaked in secrecy, prompting a need for transparency in economic affairs. This is a crucial moment when hidden truths come to light, particularly regarding toxic behaviors or criminal activities, as Scorpio governs the realm of secrets and the underbelly of society. As we approach October 30th, Mercury will join the opposition to Uranus, intensifying the potential for secrets to be unveiled. This cosmic alignment could have a profound impact on our relationships as well. If Venus or Uranus interacts with your 5th or 7th house, areas connected to romance and partnerships, you might find yourself navigating sudden changes. For those who are single, there's the exciting prospect of new relationships appearing seemingly out of nowhere. Conversely, those already in committed partnerships may feel a strong urge for freedom and independence, leading to discussions that redefine boundaries and expectations. It's essential to remain open to these shifts, as they may ultimately serve to enhance your connections. Importantly, your own astrological chart plays a significant role in these dynamics. It's crucial to recognize how these transits resonate within your personal astrological landscape, especially given the challenging aspects we are currently experiencing. Yet, amidst the turbulence, a positive trine between Jupiter and the Sun provides a glimmer of hope and optimism. This alignment may support legal matters and facilitate a smoother navigation through developments associated with Libra, the sign of balance, justice, and relationships. Starting from October 9th, as Jupiter goes retrograde, many of us will begin a period of reevaluation regarding our belief systems and philosophical outlooks. Jupiter symbolizes our beliefs, while Gemini represents information, communication, and intellectual curiosity. During this time, the facts that come to light may significantly shift our perspectives. With Jupiter in Gemini, we must exercise caution, particularly on social media platforms. There's a heightened risk of speaking too hastily, over-promising, or over-committing to obligations. This period urges mindfulness, encouraging us to refrain from taking on too much at once. Advice that is pertinent for everyone navigating these potent energies. Another significant astrological aspect to be aware of is Uranus squaring the Moon, especially in the context of the U.S. chart. This aspect emphasizes the need for freedom and truth, aligning with themes of equality and humanitarianism. Furthermore, Uranus forms a quincunx, 150 degrees, with the Sun, adding to the complexity of these energies. This dynamic will peak around the 18th, just after the full supermoon, potentially leading to restless and impulsive behaviors. Aries energy, in particular, is fast-paced and action-oriented, often causing individuals to leap into situations without thorough consideration. Speaking from personal experience with my Mars in Aries, I recognize the necessity to take a breath and step back amidst all this dynamic energy. Finding grounding during this time can help mitigate rash decisions and impulsive reactions. Throughout this month, the world, and likely your own life, will feel exceptionally eventful. Therefore, it's vital to carve out moments of stillness amidst the chaos. Grounding practices, such as meditation or mindful breathing, will help you drop into your heart and reconnect with your inner self. The energetic climate this month can be inflammatory, with Mars squaring key planets later on. For instance, on the 21st, Mars will square Ace at 24 degrees Cancer, stirring emotional responses and challenges. Then, on the 22nd, the Sun will square Pluto at 29 degrees Libra Capricorn, spotlighting potential crisis moments, particularly regarding legal matters and established power structures. Awareness of these transits will empower you to navigate the tumultuous energies with greater clarity and intention. October is poised to be an intense month, with significant astrological events that invite us to reflect on themes of power, freedom, and truth. On October 23rd, we will experience a dynamic celestial alignment with the moon squaring A's, conjunct Mars, and opposing Pluto. These alignments will likely bring to the forefront the complexities of our personal and collective power dynamics. As we approach the end of the month, Mercury will oppose Uranus at 26 degrees Scorpio, Taurus, on the 30th, potentially unveiling hidden truths and secrets. This intense energy can stir up mental restlessness and a desire to break free from limitations. Given this backdrop, it is crucial to remain grounded and centered. While the world may seem chaotic, we must consciously choose our reactions. The timeline of fear and chaos is prevalent, but we can shift our focus to love, peace, and gratitude. With more individuals awakening to this higher consciousness of joy and compassion, we have the opportunity to elevate our collective experience. In moments of heightened intensity, we face a fundamental choice: to succumb to fear or to rise in love. This choice may appear straightforward, yet its implications are profound. It's easy to become entangled in the drama unfolding around us, but maintaining an eagle's perspective can provide clarity. Stay informed about current events, but let your emotional state remain neutral. When we act from a place of love and support, whether through offering help, sending prayers, or contributing to those in need, we uplift not only ourselves, but also the collective consciousness. This action fosters a shared sense of unity and belonging. By consciously choosing love over fear, we contribute to the rising tide of unity consciousness, which is quietly gaining momentum. The shift toward unity consciousness is happening all around us, though often unnoticed. It is a powerful transformation that calls for intentional practices to anchor us in peace amidst chaos. If you haven't already established a calming practice, now is an excellent time to begin. One of the most effective methods is a simple, breath-focused meditation. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Imagine breathing in and out through your heart center. This visualization not only calms your nervous system, but also deepens your connection to your inner self. The baby belly breath, a yogic breathing technique, is particularly beneficial here. This method involves letting your breath flow naturally, allowing it to settle into your belly. Watch your breath and allow it to slow down, making your exhales slightly longer than your inhales. This gentle rhythm nurtures a soft and effortless state. After each exhale, pause for a moment, holding no breath before inhaling again. This pause is a powerful moment of stillness. Your power resides here. Holding this space can enhance your physical health, leading to greater well-being over time. The significance of breath work is profound. During a recent discussion with Rory Dar, a healer demonstrated the impact of breath on healing. With electrodes measuring her brain activity, it was discovered that her highest state of light and healing occurred when she held her exhale. This point of stillness, the moment of no breath, is a gateway to accessing deeper levels of consciousness and healing. Incorporating this breathwork practice into your daily routine, even for a few minutes, can help reduce cortisol levels, lower stress, and improve various health markers. It is a free and accessible tool that can be employed at any time, anywhere. Consider creating a dedicated space in your home, such as a garden corner or a quiet room, where you can engage in this practice regularly. Over time, this sanctuary will absorb peaceful energy, amplifying your experiences of calm and tranquility. In times of great change and upheaval, we are reminded that we don't need to be swept up in the chaos. Instead, we can take a step back, breathe deeply, and remain neutral in our emotional responses. As you navigate this month, envision the new Earth. Picture nature thriving, animals living vibrantly, food plentiful, and all beings coexisting harmoniously. This vision is not merely a fantasy. It is a powerful manifestation tool. By integrating it into your Sunday meditations or personal practices, you can help bring it into reality. The more vivid and detailed your vision, the closer it becomes to manifestation. Remember, everything begins in the imagination. Let yours be a beacon of hope and love in these transformative times. As we journey through October and beyond, let us remember the power of choice and intention. Choose love, cultivate peace, and contribute to the collective rise in consciousness. Together we can create a world that embodies compassion, unity, and joy. Recently, I spent 4 days at a retreat with the wonderful Veda Austin, where we collaborated on an exciting project. Her work in crystallography, linked to astrology over the past 6 months, is groundbreaking. I'll be interviewing her in November, and she'll reveal more during her December webinar, where she'll discuss water, astrology, and ancient mysteries. It's packed with incredible information, and I encourage you to join. As we shift our focus from fear to love, life becomes smoother, filled with synchronicities and joyful opportunities. You'll find yourself surrounded by like-minded people, and the right circumstances will effortlessly align. Life becomes a magical journey, filled with excitement for the new Earth we are co-creating. It's all about shifting your focus from fear to love. Even in challenging times, such as floods or personal difficulties, if you can, return to love, joy, and gratitude. Join our free 15-minute meditations to connect with the collective energy of love. This powerful supermoon in Aries is dynamic and will influence the coming months, so start your practice now. There's nothing more important than nurturing your inner state, as everything begins from within. God bless. I hope this helps, and I'll be back soon with another update.